large and in charge, Emperor. And you know what? You have the logic and the reasoning to be able to do what King Solomon did with the baby and that kind of stuff. Is like, I can make a reasoned decision. I can see what you don't want me to see. I can see behind that veil.
Welcome to Cards and Constellations with Bonnie Morris and Don Rumor Rivera from Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Here, we blend astrology and tarot to guide you through the twists and turns for the week ahead. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share. Let's dive into your cosmic journey together.
Hello. This is for the week of August 11th through the 17th. Now we're going to have a general overview of the astrology, and then we will go into specifics for each sign. We will also have specific tarot readings on each sign. As always, we do start out with the moon. So expect on the 15th, we're going to see the last quarter in Taurus at 23 degrees, 26 minutes. During the last quarter is when you celebrate the success, celebrate the project completion, and then we turn away and move forward. As we go back, we have to go all the way back and find the new moon in Taurus. When you set your intentions for this project, that occurred on May 19th of 2023 at 28 degrees of Taurus. The first quarter where you do all that work occurred on February 16th of 2024 at 27 degrees of Taurus. And then we looked at the full moon, which was May 7th of 2024 at 18 degrees of Taurus. And again, now we're at the last quarter ready to go on. Now, we're going to go over the void, of course. If you recall, last week I reminded you that the void, of course, would begin on August 10th at 11:54 p.m. at 13 degrees of Pisces. It continues all the way through the 11th and into August 12th at 3:33 a.m. when it ends and the moon goes into the sign of Aries. Again, on the 13th, we begin another void at 3:53 p.m. at 21 degrees of Aries. It ends on the 14th at 6:22 a.m. when it enters into Taurus. On August 15th at 10:11 p.m., we go into another void, of course, at 23 degrees of Taurus, and it ends on the 16th at 9:01 when it enters into Gemini. Hello, Scorpio. We are starting out the week as we ended it with two kites and a mystic rectangle. The kite we've had for weeks now leading us towards Saturn and the tail dragging Mars along. So we have that opposition. Still a reminder, find the compromise between them. Saturn is still conjunct with Neptune in Aries. So that means Mars is also opposite Neptune. So you have action versus restriction and limitation versus illusion. So be careful when finding that compromise, but it is there and it'll make things easier. Now, the other kite is perpendicular to it. It's headed towards Mercury. It has Pluto on the tail. So you've got communication and change or transformation. So there needs to be something going on between those two to take away that tension. We see Venus and Jupiter conjunct. Together, they are squaring the moon. The Venus square gives inner confusion about how you're going to meet your emotional needs and express your affection, because you long for love, but you second guess your own emotions and you struggle making romantic choices sometimes. With Jupiter, it takes the emotional expectation and fluctuates it. And the tendency is to seek comfort externally. That can be problematic, so be careful. Midweek, we see the moon also squaring Pluto and now also squaring Mercury. Some decisions or actions must be taken. You've got your feelings with transformation. You've got something's got to give there. Same thing between Mercury, communication, and something has to change between your feelings and that, how you communicate those. Like we've been saying, we can all relax now, take a big collective sigh of relief because Mercury turned direct on the 11th. However, reminder, 2-week post shadow. So you may still have some long delayed messages or opportunities until that post shadow is finished. Once it's complete, you will absolutely see clarity. The fog will lift. Mercury clears all of that haze. Careers and their direction they're going to take could reveal themselves, could be promotions. The Venus and Jupiter alignment in Cancer on the 12th energizes your sector of travel, high learning, creative expression, pathways, expansion, strategic partnerships, and teamwork may prove critical once clarity returns. Momentum and collaboration come back. Time for an emotional detox. Release that old grief, the old shame, attachment patterns that no longer serve you. Vulnerability becomes your strength. Relationships deepen. If you're willing to soften under love and clarity, avoid controlling or perfectionistic tendencies, there will be a gentle rebirth to shared finance, intimacy, spiritual connection, and this process by letting go or changes needed. With Mars and the full moon still active, you're navigating deep inner shifts. Intuitive downloads may arrive through dreams or meditations. Pay attention to symbolic messages. Mental clutter begins to lift up, transition from analysis paralysis into purposeful clarity. Let go with compassion and rebuild with clarity and softness. Dawn, what does Tarot say for Scorpio?
Thank you, Miss Bonnie. Let's take a look and see what. Oh, we have a flyer. We have a jumper big time hopping out. Let's take a look and see what Tarot has to say as they're flying cards all over the place. The first card out for you, Scorpio, 3 of Swords. Not liking that card at all, especially when it's your energy and not for this week. But you know what? I can't do a damn thing about it except explain it. So let's get to it. On the bottom of the deck is the overall energy environment this week, and it's a Hangman. It means this week is you're gonna feel stuck. You're gonna feel like your feet are in cement or they're full of mud or whatever because you're just not getting anywhere. Even if you try very difficult, very hard and push and whatever, chances are you're probably still feeling like you're moving backwards or just staying still. So Scorpio, keep in mind that if you want to get something accomplished this week, you may want to be doing the planning part of it. You may want to be doing all the things that can get things ready to move, but maybe this isn't the best week to move forward. And it's interesting because the 3 of Swords in here for your energy tells you that there may be somebody playing against you. There may be an energy playing against you. So if you say you're thinking about doing something and somebody may not want you to do that something, so they may be stopping you. Now, this could be somebody very close to you. This could be somebody you don't even know about. This could be like a business negotiation and a third entity coming in because maybe they want that business instead. So if they're looking at selling a business or buying a business, there may be a third party who's like messing up the works because they want that opportunity, or they don't want the opportunity to go through one way or the other. Again, there's somebody out there. If you're in a relationship that has been on the rocks a little bit, you may want to take a little deeper dive because there may be somebody else in that same relationship with you and the one you think is your significant other, because there may be significant others. Just saying. So pay a little attention to what's going on around you. Be obvious. What happens is we sometimes ignore the obvious. We pay attention to the things that we want to see. But this one is a little bit problematic. This is more than a little bit problematic. It's very problematic. So if there's a squabble, say you have children and there's a squabble with the kids, be careful. Don't insinuate yourself in that situation because there probably is a third situation out there, a third party out there that you don't know about that's causing some of the havoc, and therefore you could make yourself a little bit embarrassed because of what you did or should not have done. So be careful as you walk forward this week, Scorpio, knowing that there's something behind the scenes. There's usually somebody behind the scenes pulling at the strings. Now, the next card out for you is the Emperor. I love that card, though. That card cannot be a better card for that, because you know what? It says you're in charge. You're large and in charge, Emperor. And you know what? You have the logic and the reasoning to be able to do what King Solomon did with the baby and that kind of stuff. Is like, I can make a reasoned decision. I can see what you don't want me to see. I can see behind that veil. This is the same kind of energy. The veil specific energy is what we get for the high priestess when she's sitting there in front of that veil, and she knows what's going on back there on the other side, and she's bringing that in and using that for evaluation. So Scorpio, that makes me happy, because that tells me that even though there are people playing tricks around you, people doing some not so good stuff, you know it, you see it, and then you use that to your advantage. Figure out how you can make that work for you. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's somebody playing around with a business situation around you that you've already outmaneuvered them, and you've either figured out a way to use that to your advantage and maybe even get a discount in price because you can play that off or something like that. Scorpio, you're good. You're good. I'm watching you. I see you. The next card out is that King of Cups. I'm loving it. That King of Cups is like, hey, I am flexible. I'm ready to change, and I'm ready to be happy because I will make it mine, which goes back to the Emperor card. So when you make those change, when you take control and you say, you know what? You're right. These numbers don't work for me. I want these numbers. And they're like, what? You're like, oh no, I'm on top of it already. I knew. Be one step ahead, Scorpio. Be one step ahead. And that's because the person who's that third party that started out the very point of this whole conversation thinks that you don't know. And when you let them finally know it, they're like, holy crap. And I love this too, because look at this. There's a 3 of coins. And that 3 of coins is, look at it, you're spinning a few of them. You're spinning a few wheels there. Now, usually this would be kind of a, oh, get advice and oh, whatever. Nah. This week is literal for me. When I see this, look at that. See that the coin's spinning around as I get it too close and it goes away. See the coin spinning around? Again, Scorpio, you're spinning them. You're like, okay, I got you working here and I got you working here. And you don't even know that I'm working you because you think you're invisible, and I'm just working them all and I get it all what I want. So ultimately, do not be surprised, Scorpio. Well, of course you're not surprised. Don't be surprised, though, when things line up for you because you were one step ahead. And then the Wheel of Fortune. You knew how to spin the wheel. You knew how to set the things in motion, which you did. And then while they were in motion, you took control and you kept control. And ultimately, what did you do? You did the changes necessary to make the situation come through. So you will feel hanged man for a while this week because you're navigating, but that navigating doesn't stop you from planning. And that's what I came to begin originally, was that planning process. Because by the end of the week, when you get unstuck, you're going to strike like a scorpion does, and they're going to limp away, and you're going to be the victor. So Scorpio, man, own the power. Look at this, the last card out, the King of Wands. Hell yes. Dude, control. Woman, control. Person, control. Do what you do, Scorpio. I'm going to let you do it because you know how to do it well. Miss Bonnie, damn, that took a different... I mean, when it first started, I was depressed. But when it shifted, I'm like, what in the hell? Yes, indeed. I'm glad I'm a Scorpion today. I'm glad.
Well, I think there's some differences, but I think there's also some things that are in common. We were talking about strategic partnerships. We were talking about how Mercury still has 2 weeks, okay? So it's not going to automatically be clear. You're going to still be plugging along. You've still got some introspection going on. You're still kind of looking backwards, but going, it's time to turn around. So you're in the process of doing that. And then later, we're talking about connection, about planning, about paying attention to symbolic messages, lifting some mental clutter. So yeah, I think there's some things there that are similar. There's also some differences, though.
I'm liking it. I'm liking it. As long as it's all good, baby. It's all good, and I'm happy. And as I am happy, Miss Bonnie, how can people help to make us both happy?
Oh, we've become so happy when you push that little button down in the lower right-hand corner. It says
We're easy.
What?
We're easy.
Yeah,
Just push a button.
Don't spread that around, though, okay? Push that button, set that little notification bell. All right. Then if you're on my channel, whoops, over here, Your Love Goddess, and then you're going to go over to Mr. Don on Sonoran Mystic Tarot, do the same thing there. Hit subscribe, set that bell. Done there. 3rd time's a charm. Go to Cards and Constellations. set that subscribe to all. Then you will get a message anytime each of us goes live, or together we go live, or if we post something. You don't have to worry about finding us. We'll find you. Now, the creme de la creme of all of it is when you're done with all of that, share out the video. You just don't understand how many people that can affect in a positive way. We hear from others how they say, you know, I'm not a Scorpio, but you know, I got a message, it resonated with me. Well, then it's for you too. So share it out. You might be able to help some friends and family.
Amen. Amen. With that said, we are out of here, folks. Have an amazing week. Please share your thoughts with us. Hit the comment section, and we do respond to each and every comment. We are unique in that regard because a lot of folks on this channel do not do this, but we do. With that said, love, light, and blessings from Miss Bonnie, her family, me, and my family to you and to yours. Until next week, we'll see you then. Bye.